Welcome to NTPA Championship Pulling here on RFD TV. Today we come to you from an agricultural hotspot. This is the gateway to cranberry country. And Greg, four-wheel drive trucks. Long history here at Tomah and the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals.
We got 32 of them lined up in the cold area. Let's check them out.
It's the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals from Tomah, Wisconsin. Boy, for 47, 48 years, they have really been putting on a great show here, and it is a bucket list for everyone that comes to pull. First up, it's Ike Zering, who hit the scene a couple of years ago and has done very well for himself. This pulling team could make it happen out of Fillmore, Indiana.
And make it happen they did. Their trucks were all very lethal last year. This was the fifth place truck in points. His dad with Rule 19 was the number one guy.
And Ike lays down a really, really nice pass at 3:36 and 9.
And the bucket list sets the mark to beat on a windy day. Got to keep the water on the scraper blades and keep the track consistent. They do a great job here.
Yep, afternoon here at Tomah's kind of a little bit of a different animal. Mike Mankey on the way next on to Arlington, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Ford here, long-time Wisconsinite driver, and his dad Tom with the Foolish Farmer. Eighth place in session one here earlier in the weekend.
And a nice run there on the Bamber Engineering Engines package, 329.845.
Yeah, the veteran Mankey will park 7 feet or so behind Zering. We're just underway in our four-wheel drive truck category.
Another young person here, a college student out of Mineral Bluff, Georgia. 1 year of pulling. It's Taylor Corsa.
Yeah, and 1 year here on the Grand National Circuit. She just jumped in with both feet for her rookie campaign. And last year she had a 6th in Coldwater, Michigan at a Region 2 event. Best Grand National finish was 10th. So she certainly wants to improve on that this year.
And in her Grand National hook, she's never been outside the top 25. And that says something in a four-wheel drive class. 329 and 1.
Yeah, Taylor comes very close to capturing second place for Mankey, but is scant inches short.
Greg, you alluded to it earlier, the rule number 19 ride out of Fillmore, Indiana. This is Jake Zering.
Yeah, and already has a first and third place at Farley and a win at Tomah, so he's the early leader without question. Won here, doubled up the field last year, so Tomah's got to be one of his favorite pulls, I would think.
Yep, none of that goofy stuff here. Rule number 19, 342 and 4.
Father like son, only dad catapults into number one, that is, and defending Grand National champ shows the skills.
Well, next up is Ben Ellis Jr., former Grand National champion, all the way from Champlain, Virginia. Two-time Bowling Green ring winner and former NTPA Grand National champion, and a couple of Enderley pull-off wins to his credit.
Yeah, very competitive.
The Ben jammed with a little wheel hop at the top end, but leaned hard on that Sonny's automotive engine to go 343-1.
Just by over half a foot, the Virginia takes the lead over Zering. Else is no stranger to the podium.
Again, 650 cubic inches naturally aspirated is what our four-wheel drive trucks have. From Jefferson, Wisconsin, this is Seth Davis in the back feed.
Yeah, likes to hunt and fish. Anybody from Wisconsin, that's pretty much in your DNA, I would think. Snowmobiling, 6 years of pulling. Jefferson Current Electric Inc. is a sponsor.
Hence the back feed. You can see those front tires just kind of searching around there for more grip. 329-9.
That's good enough for fourth place, as Seth is a third competitor to log 329 plus distance, better than Mankeen Corsa, who respectively sit behind back feet.
We'll go down to Minnesota, Clarissa, Minnesota, and Lawrence Line, retired and enjoys just pulling trucks. 29 years doing it, and he's done a pretty good, pretty good for himself.
He really has a Region 3 mainstay and a threat here at Tomah. He likes this track.
Goodwin Performance Shop puts together a great package there. 339-5.
Lawrence takes over third place, totally hooked. Looking good. Early going.
Next up, it's the Outlaw, Mark Mangan out of Goodhue, Minnesota. Muscle cars, what he likes to do when he's not pulling. 35 years of doing it, and another one with, Sonny's Racing Engine for power.
Absolutely, and second place at Farley back a couple weeks ago.
Boy, the Outlaw laying it down good. 342-3.
That'll put Mark into fourth place, as he's about a tenth of a foot better than Jake Zering and Rule 19.
Boy, all of these look like they're going to end up getting the win. We're not finished yet. Stay with us.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
Like a seed planted in Ohio soil, Michael Connie knew that success takes time. It requires grit, hard work, and persistence. What began in a one-bay garage grew to revolutionize America's trailer industry. Today, Mac Trailer is a full-scale enterprise with 13 facilities and over 135 dealers across the nation. Mac Trailer supports you with a team of experts in the heart of a small-town hero. Start your legacy with Mac Trailer.
The NTPA Web Mall at shopntpa.com is your online outlet for NTPA championship pulling apparel and merchandise that suits your style and shows your love of your favorite motorsport. NTPA championship pulling attire identifies you as a proud pulling fan, and it makes great gifts for family and friends. Piggy banks, travel mugs, toys, and collectibles. It's all there and available 24/7, 365 at shopntpa.com.
Hey pulling fans, ground pounding horsepower returns to Recreation Park June 20th through the 22nd for the 49th annual Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals. Tomah welcomes the NTPA for 3 days of action-packed pulling on 2 tracks for 5 sessions of high horsepower Grand National Truck and Tractor pulling. Tickets and more information at tomahtractorpull.com. June 20th through the 22nd, it's the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals at Recreation Park, Tomah, Wisconsin. Be there!
NTPA Championship Pulling is presented by Case IH. Be ready with Case IH. By O'Reilly Auto Parts. Mac Trailers. Hot Shot Secret, Sempico Lubricants, and by Enderley Fuel Injection. Welcome back to Tomah, Wisconsin for the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals, the 50th anniversary coming up in just a couple of years. Out of Marta, Michigan, this is Mick Broughton in the shock treatment.
Yeah, he's a veteran of the sport, and he's been a regional points champion, qualifier Enderley pull-off, participation in the National Farm Machinery Show.
And the shock treatment putting down a nice pass, 3:53 and 9.
A great run by Broughton. It'll place him in the top spot. That will move Ellis to second and Zering to third. We're about halfway through our four-wheel drive truck class.
And the Broughton Zone race wraps, and that truck is wrapped. Carmen Foster up next out of, what? Indiana, they say?
Well, you know, these young people, they move around.
The foster child, former national champion here, really a great story. Let's see what she's got. 3:53 and 9 is the mark to beat. Carmen represents the Foster family very well, 350.1.
Yeah, the former Jan champ comes up just shy of Mick Broughton's mark. Good enough for the number 2 spot.
Well, next up, it's Mr. Awesome, coming all the way from Powell, Wyoming, a truck driver and express pressure washers and O'Connor Seed helping him out here. This is Corey Johnson of Mr. Awesome.
What a title. That's interesting conversation piece. But Johnsons are very competitive no matter where they run.
And a nice effort there. 3:44 and 5.
Yeah, it lived up to its name. Third spot, and the last 3 competitors have all moved into the top 3. They found something to light in this tough Tomah clay.
Mandan, North Dakota is up next. And this driver, John Yancey, and the boss, it's a Ford. You know, this guy likes doing anything. Riding Harleys, racing old cars, drag racing, 36 years of pulling, owns a big Rough Rider transportation company out there in North Dakota. And whenever he drives, he comes to win. And he goes old school, Gary Sellen. And you remember him from back in the four-wheel drive pulling days. 3:37 and 0 for the boss.
Yeah, Mick Broughton and stock treatment still continues to lead the way.
Well, they almost don't need an introduction. The Steve Schmidt Racing Engines bride out of Wauseon, Ohio. 45 years in pulling, M.E. Miller Tire Company. This is the four-play Chevrolet.
Yeah, highly decorated team. Third most NTPA championships in history. Second place last year in points.
And the old four-play Chevrolet not going to get the win, but still getting up there in the points. 3:38 and 2.
Our last couple of drivers have come back a little bit to the ranks, so see what happens here as our class continues.
The Desperado ride out of Baxley, Georgia. This is Dan Johnson.
Yeah, and he won the Bowling Green Ring in 2018 in the Woody Folsom Talk to Me truck. 2 Grand National Hooks he's won in 2018. Dixie Builders Inc. is a sponsor. Sweet Dixie Barbecue as well.
That is a good-looking old-school truck. 3:31 and 8.
Almost looks like the Ford version of the Holman's 1963.
Well, right about in that same era.
Yes.
You're right. Good eye on that. Just about. The Totally Geared Ride coming up next out of Minnesota. This project manager has been at this a long time, and she has had great success on the regional level, but always comes up to play on the Grand National level. Carol Suki.
Yeah, definitely as decorated as a Region 3-4 drive truck puller as there is, I would say. And always does well here at Tomah as well.
And that proud Ford truck will end up at 337 and 8.
Carol misses out on our 340 Real Estate Club, where the top few in the class reside. Broughton, Foster, and Johnson continue to be our top three.
We'll go back to Blue Ridge, Georgia now. The service technician, 7 years of pulling. This is the Patriot, driven by Tyler Corsa.
And Tyler visited our winner's circle back last year in Rockwell, Iowa, with his first career Grand National win. Number 7 overall in the points. Good looking truck here from Georgia.
And he'll yank back on the throttle and go 342 and 9.
Doc, that's good enough for 5th place. As some of them are starting to kind of fall back, Tyler's able to power up there in the top 5.
We'll come back to Wisconsin for our next puller. This is the Matt Davis and the Outrage. He's an electrician by trade.
And Matt's been on the circuit for many years, and another one of those Wisconsin trucks that does very well, pulling regional and some Grand National. Got a 5th place here in session 1.
The Outrage coming at you with a pretty good hook there at 348 and 5.
Yeah, he's had a good weekend, and that will move him into the 3rd spot. So nice run.
We'll continue here in the Midwest out of Mason City, Iowa. This farmer brings out the wild ride. It's Jamie Bush.
Jamie Bush is from Mason City, Iowa, 27 years behind the wheel.
He was able to power through that little rear tire hop there for 344 and 9.
Jamie edges out Corey Johnson by 0.4 of a foot to garner 4th place as we begin to wrap up a very competitive group of 4-wheel drive trucks.
More 4-wheel drives from the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals. That's next.
Maybe you've got somewhere to be, work to get done, or it's time for some fun. No matter what gets you there, O'Reilly Auto Parts has a Super Start battery to get things going. Our professional parts people will help you test, find, or install batteries for nearly any vehicle. Super Start. Power, performance, and reliability. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Unleash your diesel with Hot Shot Secret. Scientifically proven to increase power, fuel economy, and reliability. Diesel Extreme and Everyday Diesel Treatment reduce DPF regens by up to 83%. Friction Eliminator followed by FR3 Friction Reducer reduce engine wear by up to 62%. Those aren't random numbers. They're the actual improvements confirmed by third-party testing, keeping your diesel running efficiently. With Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Central Petroleum Company, better known as Senpico Lubricants, is a trusted name for high quality and performance lubricants. Senpico lubricants are proven to excel in heavy-duty application. With over 100 national and international championship pulling titles, Senpico lubricant customers have proven the benefits and savings of trusting their equipment to Senpico lubricants. If you own or operate trucks, tractors, or heavy equipment, call today, 1-800-553-1891 or online at senpico.com.
From AP Productions comes yet another mind-blowing DVD compilation of truck and tractor pulling gone bad. Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 is more explosive than ever, and it's still every puller's worst nightmare. This DVD is non-stop explosive pulling action that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Get your copy today of Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 at ntpapull.com or by calling 614-436-1761. Wild Rides, Wrecks, and Fire Volume 8 is so hot, it will melt your TV.
Welcome back to the Cranberry Country of North America, the gateway to Cranberry Countries here in Tomah, Wisconsin, where the I divides 90 and 94 go both their ways. You can get that and more interesting facts by checking in at NTPA on Facebook as well as ntpapull.com. Mike O'Connor is up next, Bloomington Prairie, Minnesota.
Yeah, 2 out of the next 3 trucks are going to be O'Connor trucks. And again, Region 3 stalwarts, he and his son.
Michael and Dave O'Connor put together a good stable of trucks, and that one 345 and 2.
Veteran O'Connor will place himself in the top 4 with the 4th spot. Broughton, Foster, and Davis are our top 3. 3 competitors remaining.
Up next is the man behind the magic of the Profab ride, Larry Peterson. Profab machine. They do a lot of gearboxes and transmissions, and nearly everyone in this class has a Profab. This is the geared up.
Yeah, and really he services all divisions of pulling. Just remarkable products.
That has kind of been the problem with these Profab trucks, bouncing up and down like that. They really haven't quite found the answer yet. 340 and 8.
That'll put Larry in 11th position here in the class of 32. Shock treatment continues to shock the field here in Tomah.
Here comes the nasty habit out of the O'Connor pulling team, Bloomington Prairie, Minnesota. This is Dave O'Connor.
Yeah, and David already has a win to his credit in Ellsworth, Wisconsin to start the Region 3 season off. He had a win in Monticello, Iowa last year.
Boy, rolled out very, very nicely on the throttle there, 340.7.
O'Connor comes up less than 1/10 of a foot behind previous competitor Larry Peterson. There's only one left in our class to try to beat Mick Brock.
And it is the True Blue Ride. Travis will bring it out of Pashigo, Wisconsin. He's an assistant maintenance manager, likes to snowmobile like so many people here in Wisconsin do, off-road races, and of course, got a brand new grandson likes to play around with.
At 3rd place here last year, so let's see what he's got in his notes and see how it applies here this afternoon.
And the old True Blue will end up at 339.330. That's not going to get the job done here this afternoon. A hard-fought effort will bring it all back to Mick Broughton, who made a great pass at 353 and 9. Second, Carmen Foster at 350. Then Matt Davis. Check out the rest of the balance of the field. Boy, what a great class here. The shock treatment is standing by in Victory Lane with Mr. Greg Randall. Greg?
Thanks, Doc. We're in the Case IH Winter Circle. 4-wheel drive class Saturday afternoon. Mick Broughton, he withstood a lot of challengers here. Shock treatment took home #1 and a pretty new truck.
Yeah, that's a brand new wrap for us by, Race Wraps. That's our company. We have a little saying that our wraps are worth 100 horse. It's, it's a kind of a joke, but tonight, it proved as well as Thursday night with, Jake Ziering, they're a customer of ours as well.
What's the challenge of an afternoon track? Because I know a lot of times you guys are pulling in the evening, but afternoons are kind of few and far between. It's a little different animal.
Yeah, they get dry and then they get wet and you kind of got to take a shot at it and hopefully it works. And, today worked.
I'm sure you got some people you like to thank.
Yeah, you know, my mom, my wife, my kids, my dad, Case IH, O'Reilly's, Ag One, Mac Trailers. I'm sure I'm forgetting some of them. NTPA, everybody here at Tomah. I mean, it's just been awesome. All the volunteers. I mean, the hospitality is just unbelievable. You know that it's the whole, all the competitors. I mean, it's just such a big family, and we all help each other. And you know, when winter comes, it's a sad day.
I understand that. Well said. And I'll tell you what, this is one of the few non-Wisconsinites to break through in the winner's circle, but Mick Broughton did it here this afternoon. We'll see you next week on NTPA Championship Polling, presented by Case IH.
We're number one!